produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to NMAA and Lovington Wildcat Playoff Soccer from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Our game this afternoon is brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Now Pharmacy, Stone Oilfield Services, and Man Welding. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us wherever you are around the world on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, also on the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com, and this afternoon as well on KSVPTV.com. So the Lovington Wildcats, Dawn, one win away from moving on to the finals for the third consecutive year.
Yeah, they have been such a great team, such a force in 4A soccer, really in soccer in all divisions in New Mexico. I think a real leader and a team that, a lot of, the 5A, 6A teams really look to as one of the standout teams of the last several years. They certainly have the record to prove it and the experience at this level, which gives them a really good leg up, in today's match and hopefully moving forward into the championship.
Well, hopefully so. 18-2-1 on the season are the Lovington Wildcats. They were a perfect 6-0 in district, and as we mentioned, they are number one in Class 4A. Under head coach Reyes Marquez. Now, no slouch on the other side of the pitch from them today, as the Goddard Rockets are number 4 seeded, but they're actually number 3 in Class 4A. That was how their ranking wound up. So 17-4, they were 4-2 in district. There are 2 district losses coming to the Lovington Wildcats, but there's always a but in these things. One of the 2 Wildcats losses came to the Goddard Rockets. It was early in the season, but this Goddard team has to be feeling fairly confident that they can come in and get the job done today.
Yeah, so it'll be a real battle. I think this is going to be a good match this afternoon, and fairly good conditions for this. It's clear, mostly clear and sunny, a few clouds here and there. The wind is the only thing, and it's a little gusty and breezy, a little predictable at times, and, don't expect it to be a big factor, but it is certainly something to note in terms of, the conditions this afternoon. Otherwise, pretty good for soccer players and soccer fans alike.
Well, and hopefully okay for the broadcasters, too. But we're indoors, so life is good. Now, how did we get here? Well, of course, Lovington is the number 1 seed, got the bye, and then they had a home game here last Saturday, and they took on Santa Teresa and beat the Desert Warriors 2-1 in that matchup. For the Goddard Rockets, being the number 4 seed, they also got a bye in the first round, and then they took on St. Pius Saturday and a hard-fought 1-0 victory for the Rockets in that one. Now, the winner of this game will move on to the state championship on Saturday evening at 6:30 from Cleveland High School, and the winner of this one will take on the winner of the Hope Christian Highland matchup, a 6-7 matchup that's going on today in Albuquerque there at Hope Christian. A little bit of a shocker, really, when you get right down to it, as Highland pretty much came out of nowhere and beat Albuquerque Academy 1-0. Of course, Academy kind of been the Achilles heel of the Wildcats. I'm sure they would love another shot at them in a state championship game, but they might almost feel better playing Hope or Highland coming up Saturday.
Yeah, it was. There have definitely been some upsets, in the playoffs on this road to state soccer championship in 4A. But and Lovington is a team that has certainly known heartache and heartbreak in the last few years. So they have so much talent on this team, and they did lose some seniors last year, but they've got quite a few seniors that'll be coming off of this squad at the end of this year. So these guys who have been with the team they wouldn't be where they are, a goals per game average, without being able to go ahead to score, and in regulation time generally, to be able to, get through it, squeakers this season, but mostly, they've taken care of business during the first and the second period, so they've been able to put more than one goal on the board consistently all year, and even more than that with a few stompings and runaways. So they should be confident. They should be, as long as they don't have too many nerves about this game and don't get too worried about the fact that they did lose to Goddard. Just use that as a way to keep sharp, keep fresh, and to get out there.
In the second period, and then they just kind of took the air out of the ball. They did not stay aggressive. And seeing this Lovington team, they scored early against in the state championship, I know last year. Things got less aggressive, and it opened up some holes and let Academy come and get the late win in that one. So stay aggressive.
Yeah, and take it from you if you get too complacent, if you slip into neutral and just try, to not lose any points. Well, Goddard's going to be aggressive and come and take them from you. So
goalkeepers to find some shooting lanes, to find some open shots. Both of these teams are going to move around. They're going to keep defensemen back to kind of help out a little bit at times. So when you get a look at it, it doesn't matter if it's from 30, 40 yards out, might be a difference in this game.
I think it's really interesting looking at the rosters, how Goddard has more designated forwards on their roster than Lovington does. Of course, that doesn't mean necessarily that each player never, plays or shifts in or transitions into another role on the field. But I do find it interesting that Lovington only has 5 designated forwards, whereas you've got about twice that many on the Goddard roster. So a lot of times that is the mark of a more aggressive team. Not always, but you do look at that. So but Lovington has more strikers and sweepers designated than Goddard. They're more straightforward. They either have forwards or defenders or midfielders, on their roster. So it will be interesting. And another point worth making is that Lovington's very deep. They have a lot of experience, and they have a lot of championship, bracket experience, and they have players who can certainly stay out, are well conditioned and be out on the field, on the pitch. But they also have fresh legs. They have good talent to come in and fresh legs to put in to continue to maybe be aggressive. When some of that gets when your legs start getting a little bit rubbery under you.
Right. Well, and part of that being aggressive too is when you get down in your attack zone, you get down into your offensive zone. A lot of times, what coaches will do and is important to do is to bring a couple of your defenders up to help on the attack, to give yourself some more outlets and to give yourself some more opportunities. Give them more people to cover could help open up those lanes. Looks like we're getting ready for the introductions and for the national anthem. We will take a timeout and return for the kickoff of this one. This is Lovington Wildcat Goddard Rockets State Tournament Soccer from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net. We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Goddard Rocket Soccer from the Blue Turf here at Wildcat Stadium. NMAA quarter semifinals. Why do I keep wanting to make it the quarters? The semifinals here this afternoon from Lovington, New Mexico. 74 degrees at first kick and winds gusting up to 25 miles an hour as the teams have been introduced and are heading back to their respective benches for their final instructions from their coaches. Of course, the Cats under head coach Reyes Marquez and the Goddard Rockets under head coach Carlton Gillette. So a number 1 versus number 4 battle, although in the rankings that were released before the seedings were done, it's number 1 and number 3. So we should see a very good, very competitive match here this afternoon. You wouldn't expect anything else with a berth in the state championship game on the line.
You bet. And I think our Lovington boys are if they have to be ready today. If they're not ready today, then, this season and the last couple of seasons, haven't prepared them for it. But we know better. We know they're ready. We know that we're going to see some good soccer out here today. And they want to definitely fight and move on. They want to be in that championship game, that championship match this Saturday afternoon in Rio.
Yeah, in Rio Rancho at Cleveland.
At Cleveland. I'm sorry. I was just I caught something in the window, came in, and I was trying to swallow.
I don't know how many bugs I've inhaled in this booth over the years.
Yeah. So, they definitely want to be in that match at Cleveland and Rio Rancho Saturday. So we're just about ready to get this underway.
Yes, we are, as Mendoza goes back into his net for the Lovington Wildcats. I'll try and catch the number on the goalkeeper for the Goddard Rockets. The Cats in the home blue unis, all blue with white letters and numbers. For the Rockets, they are in the road white kits with the Columbia blue letters and numbers.
So Goddard probably has either number 14 Alpers or number 25 Perez there in the goalkeeper position. Those are the two.
I'm thinking that may be Alpers down there.
Yeah, and the way he's turned, I actually can't see the number either.
Yeah, I'm thinking that may be Alpers down
he's
there.
He's in that, of course, the yellow jersey. The goalkeepers wear a different color, yeah.
Yeah, the alt color jerseys. So Lovington will start things off, and we are underway as the Cats will have it. Goddard presses up a little bit, and just a long kick up the field trying to find somebody open, and a header away. And now Goddard will take it at the midfield. Moving it around is Owen Gregory, backs it up, and then we'll just feed it backwards to number 23, Antonio Balbino, but it is stolen away by the Cats. Trying to get a run here early. Coming up is Ryan Marquez over the left side, but it'll be kicked away and back in. But Lovington will control near midfield. And a collision, but...
Oh, a nice header by Lucas Contreras, the captain.
One of the captains did a nice job in that, and Goddard will just kick it out of trouble, trying to get it to Gregory up front as he will take on Remy Hernandez, and will turn it over back about the 30-yard line if we're on the American football pitch. Of course, a little wider here in soccer, as a little bump and out, and it'll be Lovington ball on the throw-in in front of their own bench. Just underway here in this 4A semifinal matchup.
And it goes back out, so this one will just get kicked in.
Yeah, they're going to say, nope, that it stayed right in, but
okay.
So Goddard will just bump off one of the Cats, that's Marquez, and they will take it back. So Goddard is going to control it around midfield, kind of a lazy pass. It'll be taken by the Cats and Gallegos.
Cats really have controlled possession of this ball as they dribble and pass.
Trying to move it through. Nifty little move and a long... slow roller that the goalie, that is going to be Alpers, comes over and will collect. And so it'll go back to Goddard. So Alpers will send it back away.
Yeah, a little punt there by the goalkeeper.
And off the chest of one of the Wildcats and into the grasp of Diaz, who puts a long outlet pass going up the far side to Arrieta, goes over into the far corner. It'll go out and back over to Lovington.
And that's the deepest penetration that Goddard has made since the beginning of the match.
Yeah, really the first pressure of any kind that Goddard has gotten, and it comes about 2.5 minutes into this first period. Of course, 2 40-minute halves with a 10-minute break between, and then if needed, 2 sudden death overtimes before you go to the shootout. And on the throw-in, Marquez off of his foot. Lovington will get it.
Nice footwork. Beautiful. Tell you what, Lovington's showing off a little here, and it's great.
Yeah, nice little block out, and then feeding it up, trying to get a man breaking, and they'll find a man coming across. That is Marquez. Comes back across to Caballinas.
Yeah, nice pickup on the slide.
Caballinas will lose it. Now it'll be a foot race coming over. One of the defensemen comes up. That is Contreras, who feeds it back into the middle. And battle going on. And then
control back to
Goddard, back to the midfield. So now the Rockets going to try and find a little pressure here in this first half of play. Nice. Neither team with a shot on goal as of yet. And just booting it out of Trouble's way, and it'll go out. And so Lovington will have a throw-in from the far corner. Lovington moving from the north to the south for this first half of action. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. Wherever you are on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, please subscribe. Of course, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, $100 bounty there out of my pocket. HobbsAmerica.com, too, also watching there. And at KSVPTV.com, with rights granted by the New Mexico Activities Association and paid for by New Allmark Broadcasting.
Right back out now, so this will be...
So is now Aiden Rubio will put it on the line, and he will boot it out for the Cats 4 minutes into this first period. And so he will kick it towards the midfield, and just a little header by Marquez that'll bounce right near the actual midfield stripe, but Goddard will take over with Mojica.
That wasn't a bad floater. The wind against that kick probably kept it from getting a little more mileage.
Might have. Coming back is Balbino as he'll feed it across the pitch, and it'll go out of bounds off the foot of one of the Rockets. So Lovington ball. Quick throw in as they will get it into Gallegos, but he will have it stolen away by Goddard. Feeding it into the middle. With Lovington disrupting an attempted pass. Marquez right there.
Nice steal.
And he's in a battle, and we're going to have a foul called on Goddard. And Lovington says, okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll just kick it and go. The ball bouncing around, trying to get it. Just one forward man up for the Cats, and that's Gallegos. You're playing a lot in the midfield and then moving up midfielders when they go onto the attack. Comes back into the Hernandez's foot, and he gets bumped off of it by Diaz.
Yeah. Nice move, though, by, I believe, what's that?
As Gallegos will bring it up. He might have an angle, and he is tripped from behind. That should be a penalty shot. Oh, no call on that, as he got tackled from behind. Got decleated in a long shot in and an easy one for the goalie Alpers to corral in. But there was a beautiful angle there for Hernandez, and he just got absolutely blown up before he could get a foot on it.
Right, but anytime you've got a shot on goal, you want to take it, even if you don't have a lot of confidence in it, because it's a percentage game. The number of shots you take, eventually you're going to have success. So the team that takes more shots on goal generally scores more goals.
As Goddard will get it right in the middle of the pitch, and a shot over and blocked out nicely by Mendoza. He'll have his first save of the game. 6 minutes gone, no score, each team with one shot. As now Mendoza will boot it out to the midfield, a header by the Rockets, then bumping it off the chest and getting it onto the foot of Diaz.
Nice footwork again by...
then to Gregory.
Yeah, by Marquez on that. Stolen back by Goddard, though.
As Gregory takes it back to midfield, tries to find a little room. Lovington on him very tight. Then trying to feed it back into the middle, and Diaz will control it there.
Good coverage here.
Yeah, Lovington not giving him any room to work. Back to Gregory. And he'll just have to kick it near side to Nunez, who will feed it up the sideline. Trying to get Gregory up the sideline. Nifty little move. He'll go in and a slide tackle made by Hernandez. Gives as good as he got earlier, and then off the head and out of one of the Rockets. I believe that was Nunez. And it'll go back to the Wildcats.
And this one is going to go out. In fact, it's going to roll all the way across the track against the fence. So there will be a throw in at midfield, and that's going to be the captain, Contreras, who, by the way, is the only member of the soccer team that I'm aware of who also plays football.
I believe you are correct. It was not the case the last couple years, but it is this season. Of course, Lovington's football team will be back in action in a couple of weeks as up the middle and trying to split two defenders and getting decleated is Hernandez, Peyton Hernandez. And Lovington will take it back. Just both teams trying to feel each other out a little bit here in the early goings. And now a nice outlet pass to the far sideline. As Goddard will feed it back. And Lovington will drop back in defense. Little bump there on Isaac Perez, who bounces it forward, and a hip check by Franco. Soccer and hockey can be very, very similar in times. That was a hip check to be proud of.
Yeah.
Lovington's ball on the throw-in.
Soccer's.
And, a big hit right at midfield is going down hard is Peyton Hernandez.
And soccer is very physical, and a lot of the physicality is clean. I mean, it's not, it doesn't result in fouls being called, and a lot of people don't realize that. They think that soccer is just a running game. Oh, no, it's a blocking and a kicking and a ball control, ball handling game, and it's very physical.
And tackling. And
yes, and there's some tackling that is legal. I mean, you can't hold, you can't, do certain things, but you can certainly be physical.
So now back on the foot of Gregory as he'll put it off the side and get it forward. And it'll bounce around, and Lovington should be in control of this one, but no, go right back to the Rockets as Kenneth Valverde will tap it forward and out and back to Lovington.
Yeah, soccer is, you have to be so well conditioned to play soccer and to be good at soccer. It's a matter of conditioning, but you got to be tough too. You got to be able to take the bumps and the bruises, and it's because it is tough.
I will admit I get tired just watching. So a high pop up and off the head in the Goddard offensive zone. Lovington trying to get it back out. They will back near midfield. Contreras not able to handle it. And Goddard will just boot it out again. Goddard looks like when they get close to the sideline, they're just going to boot it out. And Lovington going to drop back, and Goddard will control. Well, actually, we're going to have a penalty kick. So from the 45 on the football pitch, be the 55 on the soccer pitch, and a long kick in, trying to get the set play in front of the net. Goddard will wind up in control of it. Knock it forward, try to get it off the foot of Diaz. He makes a nifty little move, comes through, weaves through a couple of cats, but will lose it. Nice defense by the Wildcats and Gallegos. So get it forward, trying to get it to Ryan Marquez, flashing up the far side, but he'll lose the ball. As Goddard, a little scissor kick, and it'll go out back to Lovington. 10 minutes gone here in the first half. No score as of yet in this one. For a semifinals, winner moves on. Loser gets ready for basketball. So the throw in on the far sideline for Lovington. But Goddard will steal it away. But Lovington takes it back, but we've got a whistle and another foul on the Wildcats, and so another free kick for Goddard.
And suddenly we've been playing an awful lot on Lovington's end of the field now. So, again, it's team that really, you see some fast breaks but
on
again,
the free
kick, dominate possession in your own end.
Bouncer into the middle. Lovington just going to have to boot it away. Goddard has gotten a lot more aggressive the last 4 or 5 minutes, and Lovington has not answered as of yet. But they will take the ball right there. I think they just need to kind of slow things down, calm things down, get it back where they need it. Lovington trying for that long outlet pass. They've tried that 4 or 5 times. Goddard hasn't let them have it as of yet.
Once again, the ball out of bounds, way out across the track, over by the fence. Going to get that in. Looks like Contreras will throw it in on this side, near side of the field.
And he will, and it'll be a header out by Diaz for the Rockets. So back to Lovington, and they'll just move the ball up a little bit.
Good to see them back down in Goddard's end of the field, though.
Of course, the clock continues to move. There will be extra time added at the end of each half. No Contreras to throw it in, as he'll toss it, get it to Gallegos, and he's in a battle with Diaz underneath. And Goddard will take it back off of the foot of Arcala, and he'll feed it forward, trying to get a breaking Valverde, and coming out of the net, and almost disaster as Mendoza gets well out of his box and gives Valverde a beautiful look at it, but he boots it high and wide. And so Lovington dodging a massive bullet at 27 and a half minutes to go in the first.
Good thing that went off high and to the left of the goal.
And so back on getting it back into the field to play. Lovington kicks it forward to Gallegos.
Maybe that was a little bit of a scare.
And he tries to get a man flashing up the field, and a little bump off the knee, and not able to put it in is Cabanilla. Says, I think if he holds his breath a little bit and then puts the big boot into it, I think that's a goal. But each team now with golden opportunities in the last 30 seconds.
He was getting defensive pressure, and he rushed that ball. It was out forward. It was in front of him too much to be able to time that to get a good kick against the goalie.
And we're going to have another foul on Lovington, as trying to explain what's going on is Ryan Marquez, the referee, not having any of it. And so it'll be another free kick for the Goddard Rockets. This will be their third in the last 3 minutes.
And they've had more, just looks at the goal as well. They've had 3 shots on goal, 2 of them very serious shots.
And close. Just a long shot, as coming out will be Mendoza. Making an easy stop, not a shot on goal. Yeah, Lovington with 2 shots on goal, as you mentioned. Goddard with 3.
Coming back midfield, Lovington's going to control, make a run toward the goal.
Yep, Cabanillas will control it again. Gets a little bumped off the ball, pardon me. That is Gallegos, and he'll take a weird angle shot, gets it into the middle, and just off of the side of the foot, and the stop going to be made by Alpers.
Yeah, he pulled up short. You could see him looking to see where his guys were, the forwards were, and what that was. Instead of taking a shot on the goal, he passed it, trying to get someone right there and just to be able to go ahead and kick it into the goal, but didn't work.
So it'll be
nice try though, and really
good thought. Just didn't quite work.
A really good offensive strategy there.
Each team with 3 shots on goal, as Goddard will take it back into the Lovington defensive end. They try and get it into the middle. It'll be booted back near midfield. Or it'll be taken back over by Gregory. Gregory to the middle of the field, and a long side-winding shot. Going to be stopped by Mendoza. 4th shot on goal by the Rockets. 25 minutes to go, first half. No score in this semifinal tilt.
Lovington really needs to be a little more aggressive, getting that ball down the field more and taking more shots at the goal.
So back to Gallegos, tries to get a breaking man going up, but Goddard back in possession and back on the attack. To the middle of the field and off the foot, and we've got a kick to the face. No call, it was incidental contact. As it'll go to Diaz, gets it to the middle. Now he'll run towards the goal. Lovington will intercept it. Nice move there by the Cats, and Rubio, one of the captains, and he's going to get tackled by Diaz. It should be Lovington ball.
Yes, it will be.
As one of the officials comes over and reads Diaz the riot act, basically.
Yeah. Roswell folks here not liking that.
Pretty good crowd on hand here this afternoon for this.
Yeah.
For a semifinal matchup.
But with that contact, I mean, both players, they had a good head of steam going, and they both ended up tumbling end over end, so kind of dangerous.
Free kick to the middle of the field. Lovington will control, but Goddard will take it away. And just booting it out is Nunez back down the field. So now the Rockets going to try and go back on the attack. Ooh. Hard shot that took the breath away.
Kind of right to the solar plexus there of, I can't actually see him.
Yeah, I believe that.
Who was that?
I think that's Peyton Hernandez, number 21.
Okay.
So, yeah, he needs to catch his breath a minute, and I don't blame him. But it will go into the hands of the Rockets. They'll throw it in right at the midfield stripe and go back on the attack. Lovington will head it out with Contreras. Then a bump inside and just a little feed inside, and coming out and making a stop will be Mendoza. No shot. He gets it quickly away.
Nice little one-on-one. That one, then right back to Goddard.
Goddard will take it back. Kind of a lazy pass for the Cats.
Right. After all that brilliant footwork, and then he got a little lax with the pass. Nobody there to get it.
So back onto the feet of the Cats, and Gallegos as he'll come near side. Looks for somebody to break free, and it'll just be tapped away by Gregory and out. Looks like Goddard is not going to let Lovington have the middle of the pitch. They are squeezing the Cats up onto the sidelines.
Well, they are, and they're forcing the Cats to. Goddard's playing a little more aggressively. They're controlling the ball a little bit more. Lovington is reacting a lot more and playing defense, but Lovington can do that. They're very strong defense, and when they see their chance to transition into the offense and take their shots, they will.
So Contreras on the throw-in. And it'll come into the near side and then be kicked into the middle as Gallegos will control. And he'll feed it forward. He was trying to get Gallegos. There's two on the pitch.
Right.
I confused myself there for a minute. But Goddard, they're not confused. They've got it back with Valverde. Feeding it into the middle, and a long shot put in. It'll be just wide off of the foot of Diaz. That one was sailing in and tailing.
Yeah, it had a few feet clearance to the right and pretty safely away. But again, you want to take as many shots on goal as you can, and it's a numbers game. And the more comfortable you get doing that, then the chances are that and different things happen. Goalies slip, the ball bounces funny. I mean, you never know. So you want to take those shots when you get them. And if you can't get a clear shot, of course, try to pass it if somebody is right there to kick it in for you.
Back to the Rockets, looking for a little space, feeding it into the middle, Valverde, and coming out and making the stop is Mendoza. That was another danger zone kind of moment for the Wildcats.
Tell you what, Mendoza has made a lot of saves so far here in this match.
Yeah, 6 so far.
Yeah, a lot of traffic in that alley right there in front of the goal for Lovington.
So Goddard looks like they're going to stay on the attack. The question is, can they maintain as Mojica now controls the ball, moves it back out to Owen Gregory in the back part of the offensive zone for the Rockets. Up it forward, and Lovington just going to kick it away, try and give themselves a little bit of breathing room, but Goddard will be right back on the attack.
Sometimes when you're very confident in your defense, you kind of let the other team wear themselves out. You let them burn themselves out a little bit on offense and kind of hang back a little bit, but you can't afford to get in that mode and stay there without being aggressive enough to to go ahead and put your offensive set pieces in motion so you can move forward and take your own shots on goal.
Now the old rope-a-dope.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali and George Foreman in the jungle. Ali on defense for much of that fight, one of the classic boxing matches of all time.
So a throw in from midfield on the far side.
And Goddard will take it right back. As again, Goddard just much more aggressive through the early going. They've managed to find open lanes and ways to get in. As that one will roll out, and it should be Lovington ball. It'll be a throw in from the near side. As tossing it off the head of Cano.
And he's
battling with a couple of Rockets there. Valverde winds up with it. It's a little bit tangled up with Contreras. Then it'll be fed into the middle for the Rockets, and they'll restart. Back to Valverde, and it'll be headed away by Remy Hernandez. And out, Goddard ball, but in the Lovington end. 19 minutes remaining, and a head out by Rubio, so Goddard keeps it in the Lovington defensive zone. So Goddard on the attack, 6 shots to 3 for the Wildcats. And a toss in, trying to get it into the middle. Lovington will head it out of trouble, but Diaz will take it back, and Goddard will reset with Nunez. Nunez gets bumped off the ball by Gallegos, but Goddard will somehow keep it with Mojica. And then
the ball's going to roll
tapped out
out
by Gallegos.
Across the track again.
Nope, they're going to say last touched by
That'll be Lovington.
Nunez, so Lovington ball. 18:40 remaining here in this first half of play. No score in the semifinals. Class 4A from the Fuddruckers NMAA State Soccer Tournament. The Lovington trying to find a little room inside the Goddard end, and a long centering pass, and not able to center it up.
Nice footwork by Gallegos there, and overall Lovington was able to maintain possession.
And Lovington will maintain possession as Gregory touched it last before it goes out, so Contreras will trot over and retrieve the ball against the fence here on the blue turf.
Again.
Contreras on the throw-in. But it'll be Goddard who winds up in control. Trying the outlet pass, and it'll just roll into the middle. Gallegos, where he battles with Diaz. Gallegos with a little room, sends a long, soft one in, and Alpers will go down to one knee and cradle that one up. 4th shot for the Cats. Cleveland's first goal in the 5A quarters the other day looked very much like that shot. Different result there. No, a header is going to go back to Mendoza. That would be embarrassing, headed into your own goal.
All right.
Well, Mendoza will.
It happens.
It does. Mendoza will toss it out. But Goddard will stay on the attack. 17 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. No score from Lovington. Winner moves on to play for a state championship Saturday night in Rio Rancho. Now Goddard back out near midfield as Gallegos will take it off the chest and back off his foot, and he'll just pop a long one out. Alpers will come out and make the stop.
Yeah, Lovington showing a little frustration here at, they are finally taking a few more shots, but they're kind of slow and predictable.
Valverde will get it taken away off the foot of one of the Cats, and it just goes bouncing back out to midfield. And then bumping it out of bounds will be Adrian Ochoa. So Goddard keeps it. 16 minutes remaining. First half, no score. Goddard on the throw-in. Gets away from, that was Gregory. And he'll pop it towards the middle. And comes back over and winds up with it in the middle of the field. Goddard staying fairly aggressive.
Right. I mean, you've got Lovington with all but 3 right back in the
and
defense
hard to do
zone.
into the middle as Lovington will clog it up, and a battle and an open look and a kick in, and Mendoza will lay out and make the stop. A good look, though, for Gregory. Or pardon me, that was Valverde. Or Velarde. Yeah, Velarde, pardon me. I think I've been calling him Valverde. I apologize. But another shot on goal for the Goddard Rockets. That another quality look. As Lovington on the throw-in. Battles going on as the physicality picking up between these two teams.
Yep.
As it goes out, we've got a whistle away from the ball. They're just going to try and sort a couple of things out.
I think they've got substitutions coming in for Roswell and for Lovington, for Goddard and Lovington.
Get some fresh legs and some fresh lungs out there for both the Cats and the Rockets.
So Contreras with the throw in.
So he'll toss it in as the Cats will control. Looking for a little running room, a little bit of space, just leaving it back for Lucas. Lucas to Marquez, back to Lucas. Contreras will bounce it to Gallegos. He works against a couple of Rockets. And now he'll find a way through. Feeds it forward, but wrong way, and then a slide and a kick out. So Lovington trying to put on a little pressure, but a little miscommunication on where everybody's supposed to be.
Some good defense by Goddard
and
right
good
there.
defense by the Rockets, too.
Anticipation of where that ball was going to be, not where it was actually. And where the player was headed. And that's...
So it will be Lovington ball. And a long throw into the middle, and that one will go over everybody. And by the time it settles down, Lovington will control, although pretty good battle with Sutton going on for Goddard, and he'll get it out and forward, and he'll boot it forward trying to get Velarde.
Nice.
But Lovington will save it back out to midfield.
Nice interception there. A little steal and stolen right back by Goddard.
Right now, Goddard just playing a much more aggressive first half.
Lovington's, Lovington's been battling with them right there. It's just that, yes, they've been a little bit on their heels there most of the time.
And so off the head, it'll bounce to the near side, where it'll be controlled by Diaz. Diaz, though, will get his pocket picked. Coming up is Hernandez, who boots it forward to Marquez, who has to wait a half second to control it. Not, he'd have had a lot of running room. So the Cat's going to try and get Cano coming down the near side, and Lovington will take it back. Moving through as Gallegos goes for the wide angle shot, and coming out and knocking it away is Alpern, and it's still loose, and finally out as one of the defensemen for the Rockets came back and stopped that one and saved a Lovington goal. Lovington with a couple of golden opportunities. I'm sorry I didn't catch that young man's number. He comes back. I will give him the proper credit.
Yeah, and I was busy just trying to catch it on camera and not
that
seeing
was
the numbers.
Isaac Perez, number 2, who really bailed Alpern out. Alpers out.
As Lovington, it was looking
now
good.
For the Cats, yeah.
Looking very good and promising.
Best look for the Wildcats, and on the corner kick, getting it into the middle, a spinner off the head, and Alpers with the stop, but the 8th shot for the Cats, and now Lovington applying a little more pressure. They've got 8 shots to just 7 for the Rockets. And it'll go out in front of the Rocket bench. And Coach Marquez wants it to be his ball. The referees disagree. So it'll be Goddard ball with 11:40 remaining first half, as we will have a sub check into the ball game, as Abraham Rodriguez will check out for the Rockets. And coming back in for him will be Maxime Schroeder. Schroeder checks in, and on the throw-in,
A missed header, going to give Lovington possession.
They will take it, but then just a little misplay of the ball around the 40-yard line. Coming out is Cano.
Some good footwork there. A nice pass is intercepted by Goddard.
And again, Goddard just going to try and kind of clog up the middle here until they can find something. I think they've sensed Lovington has started picking up the pace a little bit and attacking some more. So now Cano with it. He'll take it from the right to the left, boots it forward.
Lovington
waiting
being
for a little help,
challenging a little bit more, and winning some more of those one-on-one battles.
Lovington now going to take it forward as Schroeder will send it back pretty much right to midfield. And is now Goddard back in control to Diaz on the near side. Nifty little move as he takes it around. Tries to get tackled. Now he's got to look at it. Little hesitation move, and Lovington will boot it out of harm's way and out of bounds near side.
Good, nice to interrupt that flow, though. Yeah, I mean, he kicked it out, but it kind of helps you take a breath and slow the momentum down by Goddard, though, even though Goddard will be able to have the throw in and still maintain possession. It gives Lovington a much better chance to regroup defensively.
So now Schroeder will throw it in from the near side. We have under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. And on the throw in, it'll be bumped by Diaz, who's just going to put it to Schroeder, and they'll reset it as he sends it towards the goal, and collision in front of the goal. Goddard on the battle, and it'll wind up going out on the far side, and it'll be Goddard ball.
Lovington doing a good job, though, of using a couple of headers to get that out from in front of the goal and kind of away to kind of keep the threat of a goal down. So, again, doing what they can to just hit it away.
And again, they
whether
just
kick it or head it, get it out of harm's way.
Yep, just heading it away.
And it does go out of bounds, though. So it'll be Goddard with a throw in. On the far side.
9 minutes remaining here in this first half of play. Winner goes on to the state championship game on Saturday evening.
And we are still scoreless.
Both teams have had some really good looks in this first half, but not able to get it in. They say, yeah, that throw-in wasn't right, so let's do it again. Goddard to toss it in. It'll come to Diaz, and he'll lose it. Marquez will take it away and then feed it back out towards midfield. Coming out and challenging is Balbino, and he'll send it back into the offensive zone for the Rockets. Lovington going to try and settle things down with Gallegos, and he'll shoot the long outlet pass down that's going to bounce around. And then off the foot of Schroeder, ultimately, as Marquez will challenge him. Trying to get it open. It'll be bumped by Cano. Marquez gets it. It's forward again and kicked away. Trying to get it back out to safety are the Goddard defensemen. And Lovington will have it. Gallegos takes it up. Little pump
nice
and
pass.
Takano into the middle.
Perfect.
A great look and in. And somehow Alpers stops it off of the shot. Lovington set it up beautifully, but not able to bang it home for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it was a great setup, beautiful assist and pass there. Lovington just wasn't able to get enough speed on that kick to really power it by the goalkeeper and power it through into the net.
So now Goddard, trying to survive a Lovington rush, is going to try and get one of their own on up the far sideline. Lovington will block out a potential shot by Gregory over there. Into the middle, it'll be popped out as Schroeder will take it, then tries to get it into the middle. He will, and a long kick, and if it was football, it'd be a field goal, but it's no good by Kenneth Velarde. But another shot now for the Rockets. That's their 8th shot of the first half, and they're first in about 4.5 minutes.
And luckily well high above that goal. So, again, no big threat, but still another shot.
As Lovington will take it, Gallegos comes right up the center of the field. He'll get tackled from behind, knocked off of it by Mojica.
Tripped up just a bit.
So Goddard going to try and get another rush going with 6:45 remaining, first half of regular time. We will have extra time. Lovington battling on the far side with Peyton Hernandez, but Goddard will somehow keep it and then just kicked away and back out to safety by the Wildcats.
And Lovington really need to get aggressive here again and try to move the ball downfield.
As Diaz will just bounce it down. Mendoza will come out of the cage and take it. 6:20 remaining, first half.
He'll just throw it out instead of punting.
So Cano off of the head to Marquez.
Oh, a nice backward swipe.
Back
that was
off the
beautiful
heel.
By Marquez.
And so over to Michael Nava on the far sideline, who checked in a few moments ago. Nava just going to have to put it back to Gallegos, where he works against Mojica. Gallegos pops it forward. Lovington trying to get the set piece going. Goddard trying to keep him from getting another golden opportunity right in front of the net. And a big collision at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Lovington wanted a foul off of that, but I think it was clean.
Not going to get what they want. And so now it'll be Hector Arrieta controls, but he loses it. So back to Lovington as the back and forth continues. 5.5 to go. Takano going to work the near side. Boots it past Schroeder.
Good chance here if Lovington can control the ball.
Back to Cano, but somehow Schroeder manages to get to it and will kick it away. Now it's going to be Gallegos coming up. Over to Cano, working the right wing. And he goes through. Nifty little move. Tries to get it into the middle. I think he takes that shot himself. He's got a shot at it.
Really nice footwork, though.
And it'll be bumped out, but Lovington controls. Now Lovington on the attack. 5 minutes to go. Long shot, and that's a field goal. It's good.
Just high.
High and over the crossbar. So still no score. Under 5 to play. Regulation time in the first half.
Lovington has such finesse. They've got elegant footwork. They've got some really talented strikers, really talented dribblers. I like that their midfielders come up and they got really good flow on the field.
Goddard has managed to survive a couple of pretty good Wildcat onslaughts here late in this first half.
Yeah, nice transitions when they're on the attack in the goal zone.
As the Cats will continue to control, it'll be Marquez just going to bump it over to the far side and getting it stolen away.
Goddard's defense has been stellar against this excellent footwork by Lovington, though.
And it'll go out. Lovington ball from around midfield.
These two teams are very well matched.
4th time they've played this season. There's probably nothing either one of them can do the other one hadn't seen at this point. So on the long throw in, Goddard off of the header. Diaz will collide with Gallegos, and then he'll just kick it away. Lovington going to have to get on the horse as Velarde will come up and he'll challenge as Hernandez is forced to just kick it out. And so now Goddard will have a great opportunity with 3.5 deep in the Lovington zone. And on the throw in, though, Lovington heads it away, but it comes onto the foot of Diaz. He'll work it to the middle, then back to Velarde, but he's going to lose it.
Good defense by Lovington here. They've got a lot of guys. The midfielders drop back, helping.
As Marquez and Diaz battle, it'll wind up with Lucas Contreras, and he'll just kick it forward. Gets it up to Gallegos. Does a little nifty footwork, trying to find a little running room. He will. Takes it in on the right wing, and it'll be kicked away off the side of the foot by Montalongo. And out. Lovington now with a good chance deep inside the... Nope, they're going to say it was off of Lovington.
Gallegos,
so it'll be Goddard ball.
Gallegos throwing up his hands in frustration there. He really had a nice dribble going downfield, getting in position, and it's taken away from him.
And on the kick in, Lovington will take it back and give it to the middle of the field where Gregory will take it. He'll go to the far side, trying to get Arrieta. He'll slide to try and save it from going out in front of the Lovington bench. It does not. So coming down to the end of regulation time in the first half, no score in this 1 versus 4 matchup in this 4A semifinal. So Goddard trying to get it back on the attack and just kicked away and out into the Lovington bench. 1:59 remaining in regulation. Haven't seen an indication of how much extra time we're going to have in the first half. Deep in the Lovington zone and just going to go out as Contreras pretty much blocked out. That was Gregory down there. Keep him from getting to it and keeping an eye on it. And
just kind of a line drive kick right to midfield. Goddard controlling.
Goddard has to feel pretty much like this is a win in the first half because they have weathered some storms and they've been able to bring some storms themselves. We got a shin pad that came off.
Right. Fluttering around out there. One of the players picked that up.
Oh, a nice slide tackle by Peyton Hernandez as Goddard will boot it back, but we'll have a timeout while the shin guard goes back in. The Lovington faithful not liking it. But always got to keep the proper equipment on.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of times you don't see much stoppage in soccer. Only if a player's, rolling around in pain on the field.
Not even then, a lot of times.
Exactly, and I was about to say, and even then, a lot of times it's they just have to get up and carry on or come out of the game, come out of the match.
And so I think the two teams both just trying to run out the extra time here and
yeah, I can see the way
regroup at halftime.
The way this match is going, I could easily see this being decided eventually by shootout. I would not be surprised if that's how we end this.
So on the long throw-in, it'll go out, and it'll stay Lovington ball. We are in extra time, first half, no score here in this 4A semifinal game of the 2022 Fuddruckers NMAA soccer tournament. As Marquez to throw it in.
No, I think he's going to go ahead.
It'll be a free kick.
Mm-hmm. Free kick.
From about the 22-yard line on the American football pitch.
So Lovington lining up, trying to get in position to.
And the whistle sounds as Marquez will send it towards the goal and head it out, but right back off the foot of Gallegos. He'll send it in. Like the layup as from 30 yards out, Kevin Gallegos in extra time scores the game's first goal and gives the Lovington Wildcats the 1-0 lead. So the Wildcats find that first goal of the ball game.
See, that's all I had to do was mention seeing this go to a shootout and to put the reverse curse on the match and get Lovington in to score.
Whatever works.
Right.
I changed the settings on that, so it's a little bit weird now all of a sudden. So, all right, so Goddard will have it. We are in extra time, but Lovington leading it 1-0. Did we get the score bug updated?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Just asking.
Yes.
And so on the kick, Goddard will have it. As now we'll have a whistle sound, and that'll be it for the first half. We've played a half here in this 4A semifinal. Lovington scoring in extra time off of the foot of Kevin Gallegos. So they'll head to the half up 1-0. This is Lovington Wildcat Goddard Rocket Soccer from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports on HobbsAmerica.com, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and on KSVPTV.com. Rights purchased by Walmart Broadcasting from the New Mexico Activities Association.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net. We're the pharmacy that you've trusted. We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional man welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat and Goddard Rocket Soccer from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. All right, technical oopsie is, I think, corrected now.
No harm, no foul in the booth, and
since we were in halftime,
no
anyway,
penalty kick on either one of us here, so it's okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, a little power interruption, but it happened while
it happens.
It happened while when there was no play going on, so it could have been a lot worse.
Yes, it could have, but we are back, and we are still at halftime, 1-0. The Wildcats in the lead on a Kevin Gallegos extra time goal right at the end of that first half.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play by Lovington. They set that up just so well off of that kick. That free kick by Ryan Marquez on the far side came in, and Gallegos just was poised perfectly to be able to get that. He waited. There was just a beat while he waited, for the seas to part just a little bit and be able to kick that with a lot of force right by the right side of the goalie into that far right corner of the net, and it was really a beautiful thing to behold, and it coming right as it did, at the very possible last minute of possibility of scoring for Lovington out of that first period. So it was nice for them to go into that break with a goal up on Goddard.
And the winner of this game will move on, as we've mentioned numerous times, to Saturday evening at Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho, and they will be playing the Hope Christian Huskies, the number 6 seeded squad coming into the playoffs, as Hope Christian knocking off Highland earlier this evening by a final of 1-0 there at Hope Christian. So Lovington and Hope Christian are not strangers in basically every sport, so that would be an exciting game as Hope Christian now awaits the winner of this ball game. Thanks for tuning in on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Remember, once we hit 1,000 subscribers on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, one lucky subscriber will get $100 of my money coming out of my pocket, not out of the sponsors or the company. I am putting that up, a bounty, if you will. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do. And tell your family and friends. Our coverage is courtesy of Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Now Pharmacy, Stone, Oilfield Services, and Man Welding. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. In addition to being on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, we are also, of course, on HobbsAmerica.com and also on KSVPTV.com. This game is presented under rights purchased by Walmart Digital from the New Mexico Activities Association. We will not have the rights for the state championship on Saturday, so looking forward to wrapping up our soccer season here today and hoping that we see as good a second half as we did a first. Lovington, 11 shots in the first half. Goddard with 8 shots on goal. So you've got to think Goddard is going to try and regroup and try and get that goal back early.
You bet. I think they're going to be super aggressive. They're going to look to try to score as early as they can in this second period. So Lovington going to have to be very vigilant. They played really good defense just most of the time in that first half, and there were good transitions, back and forth, and certainly a lot of shots on goal. But nice job by Lovington's goalkeeper to stop a lot of shots, as Mendoza was able to do that successfully. Now Lovington's going to have to do the same, only I think, they're going to be put on their heels again by a very aggressive Goddard squad in this second half. I think they try to take the ball and just take the wind out of Goddard's sails. Take it instead of just playing defense. Go ahead and be aggressive and try to take away that weapon, that Goddard is going to try to get in there and tie this match up as soon as they can.
Well, they certainly are, and really that's what they're going to want to do. Through the first 3 quarters of that first half, Goddard had been the team applying pressure, and Lovington looked like it was back on its heels. But as we got later and later and later into the half, Lovington seemed to get stronger and stronger and stronger and get some better looks. So Goddard will start with the ball in the second half.
They waited and took their perfect opportunity and perfect shot when they did and made it good. And that kind of is kind of a hallmark of Lovington. They don't. They may not play as aggressively all the time, but they are always looking for that perfect shot, that perfect time to score and get in there.
So Marquez will take it off of his foot as Goddard controls in the first 30 seconds, and Lovington will squirt through with the ball, but have to turn around now as Gallegos, forward to Gallegos, who nifty little footwork, gets away from one, but runs into 2 more, gets bumped from behind. And the ball will just skitter up as Gallegos going, hey, why wasn't there a penalty there? But the ref says, play on, young man, as it'll go out of the back of the end zone.
And Lovington really kind of is accustomed to sort of not being challenged so much, aggressively. They're accustomed to being just frankly so much better than a lot of the teams they play that they're able to dominate possession of the ball and control it and play offense more, that they have the option, of doing that at their leisure a lot more times against teams. But the Goddard is a team that's definitely challenging them and staying in their face all the time, just completely. So Lovington is really having to stay sharp.
And we will have a free kick from the 20-yard line, so that's 30 yards out as Marquez fakes the kick, and then coming up behind him is Gallegos, a little stutter step kick, and it'll be stopped by Alpers. So another shot for the Cats, but now Goddard going to send it out, but Lovington going to corral it near midfield.
Of course, we've switched goals after the first half. Now Lovington is defending the south end.
As Jaden Kano fights at midfield, and Goddard tries to save it before it goes out. It will not. It will be Lovington football.
So that's going to be number 21, Hernandez, with a throw-in about midfield on the near side.
He's actually going to hand it off to Contreras and let Lucas do it.
Lucas is getting the...
And he'll toss it in and right off the head of one of Goddard's defenders. And so, all right, we'll try it again. Lucas will get the ball from Hernandez, and he'll toss it again. He looks to the middle of the field. He'll see he's got a man open over there. And instead, he'll opt to just get it into Gallegos, who puts it off the side of his foot, then turns around and puts a bouncer on goal, and stopped by Alpers. 13th shot for the Cats. No, Alpers will just kick it away. That one kind of gets in the wind and dies a little bit. The wind has died down a little bit. Temperatures starting to cool off as the sun goes down. Now on the near side, it'll be Isaac Perez, who tries to get it to the middle. He will, this time to Oscar Varela, but he will get his pocket picked. But now Goddard going to take it right back and try and reset and recenter.
Nice header followed up by a kick. It's going to go out of bounds, but Lovington was just trying to keep it away from Goddard, keep Goddard from being able to turn around and launch an offense against the goal.
As it goes all the way to the stands on the visitors' side. So Goddard on the throw-in. And Lovington just going to immediately kick it back out. 4 minutes gone here in this second period. Lovington leading it 1-0 on a late first half goal by Gallegos.
I like this. I think Lovington is just doing whatever they can to try to keep it out of Goddard's control.
But Goddard will put it into the middle as Lovington will bump it off of the chest. Oh, but then it'll be a steal and a little pop shot trying to get it to the middle. Lovington on a nice little screen will get it back and send it towards the near sideline where Goddard will try. And they will just throw it in with Varela. And he'll put it back on his foot as he's challenged by Marquez, who almost takes it away from him. So back to Mojica. As Mojica runs down, and he'll put a long shot on goal and stopped easily by Mendoza. First shot on goal in the half for Goddard. Not one that was a hugely dangerous shot. Then the long kick into the wind.
Yeah, Mendoza punting that back in.
And so Goddard going to try and find a little room to work, and Lovington going to try and not let him as Marquez with it takes it up the right wing. Little slow down, got bumped. Ball still loose. Now to Gallegos in the middle, and he gets tackled from behind and off the side of the foot of Kano. But Lovington keeps it with Gallegos. Gallegos and that's Diaz battling on the far side over there. Pretty good matchup. And a long kick towards goal, and it'll go off the side of the cage and back to the Rockets.
And, of course, he knew that he also did have Gallegos out there. That was the other Gallegos, Dylan, close in front of the net. If that happened to harangue off of one of the posts, then, he had a guy right there to maybe able to try to kick it in on the rebound.
Contreras on the throw-in. Comes to the middle of the field. Nobody really there for Lovington. A little trip up for Hernandez. Playing up from his defensive position is now Arrieta. On the near side. To send it back is Goddard trying to find something to do, and almost like they just gave up on that set and just like, okay, we'll give it to Lovington and try and regroup here.
Yeah, Lovington, when they have their opportunities to get it and to corral it and go on the offense, they are. But I like the way that they're just kind of keeping Goddard from being able to develop the defensive rhythm and possession. They're just trying to upset it, kick it away, just get it, keep it out of their control, keep them, from being able to pick up any defensive rhythm or some offensive rhythm.
Comes off the head of Jaden Kano and out, and so it'll be Goddard ball with Varela to inbound it from pretty much right at midfield. So he'll bounce it in. It'll come off the chest of Sutton. And we will have a whistle and Lovington ball.
Yeah, I think it was a...
So just out, stepped on the line, I guess.
So I think it's, Contreras
yep.
Pass. He's going to throw it in.
So he'll toss it in and have a collision between Goddard and one of the Cats. Lovington player slow to get up. That's Gallegos. He collects himself and is back up. Not feeling real good, though, as it comes to Marquez. Takes it from the left to the right. Goes towards the middle. Sends a long shot in. And it'll be off.
Wide to the right.
Wide to the right. And no good. So back to Goddard. 32 minutes remaining in the match. Lovington leading 1-0. Winner will move on to play Hope Christian Saturday evening in Rio Rancho for the state championship. Lovington would like to punch their ticket through for the third consecutive year. As Goddard will take it off the foot of Arrieta. And then to Mojica. to the middle, trying to find a little bit of room.
Nice.
Yep, as Hernandez blocks it. But it goes back into Gregory. And he'll just send it in a header out. So Goddard will have it even deeper in the Lovington zone. Pardon me, that was Varela, number 11.
And the balls, whether they're thrown or kicked in from the side, that can be tricky.
They can, as just a little dribbler to the middle that'll be booted out of harm's way. And of immediate harm's way. Goddard keeps it on Lovington's side of the pitch.
Pass across field.
And a bouncer to the center as Lovington will block that, and then just a little back kick as Goddard will try and reset. 31 minutes remaining in the match, plus extra time. So to the middle, then back to Varela. Tries to get it in, but nice by Gallegos off of his foot.
Good defense here.
Arrieta to Varela, back to Arrieta, and it'll be kicked away and out. Goddard ball. So on the throw-in from the far side. Now Lovington with a chance to get a fast break as they'll kick it up, but just a little bit off, as stopped and sent the other way by De La Cruz. But Lovington will take it back. Now Lovington might have a chance to try and extend this 1-0 lead. 10 minutes gone here in the second half. A 1-0 lead for the Wildcats is just knocking his man off of the ball. Is going to be Hernandez. Hernandez, nifty little move. Got to run up the left wing, goes in and gets himself cut off, and the ball will go out of the back of the pitch, and it'll be last touched by Lovington. It'll be Goddard ball.
He just ran out of room, could not get around his defender there.
I believe that was Mojica.
To be able to, get a good shot on the ball, good shot at goal.
Coming back in, Lovington can smell blood in the water. To the middle with Marquez. Takes it over to the right side. He'll tap it off. Lovington trying to find something in the middle as Marquez will retake it back out around the 30. Marquez up the far sideline. Stops. Almost loses it. Now he gets around. He's coming in on the shot from the right side. Puts it in and put it up, and it is over. How did that miss on the flying scissor kick? Marquez trying to get his second assist of the game as they wide open net on the near side.
And that was just, he had such pressure against him. He just took the kick that he had, but in his position, all it could do was go up from where he was instead of forward.
Yeah, kicked it straight up and out.
But it was a beautiful pass. That was nice. That was set up very well, and a great attempt by Lovington. Didn't work,
and
but still
big
nice.
Bullet dodge there for the Goddard Rockets. And it'll be Goddard ball from just to the left of the Lovington bench. Lovington will kick it back in, and it'll go out of the back. And so Goddard will keep it deep in their own end. Goddard looking for a little bit of spark as Lovington's energy level has come up in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, and, they're Goddard flagging just a little bit right here.
And Goddard will send a sub into the ball game. Coming straight in, I believe that is Sutton.
So maybe coach recognizing that their legs were looking a little tired as well.
Maybe as the ball will go out, it'll be knocked away by Hernandez and out.
Yeah, good defense right there by Peyton Hernandez.
Inbound by Perez. Throws it. Lovington will just take it, and it'll go out. Perez to inbound again. Actually, this time it'll be Arrieta. And gets it into a little seam with Varela. Varela comes to the middle of the field, gets bumped off the ball by Hernandez. That's Remy.
Yeah, nice interception there. Good takeaway.
But then it is stolen right back from Remy by Sanchez. So Goddard going to try and get a little pressure put in now. Lovington, a little hesitation move to Hernandez.
Coming across midfield. Nice pass.
How they'll get it to Marquez. As he is fighting tough over there with Sutton. Lovington going to regroup with Gallegos. To Gallegos, into the middle to Marquez.
He's trying to work it around, work it across field.
Moves it into the middle and then popped straight up. As Gallegos going to battle as it comes near side and out off of the head of Gallegos. So give it back to the Rockets. 27 minutes remaining in the match. Lovington leading 1-0. Winner moves on to play for a state title on Saturday. So throwing in, it'll be Peyton Hernandez, just a freshman for this Cat team.
Seeing a lot of minutes of play. Talented young man. 9
freshmen on this squad. So Goddard, again, trying to find some little spark. Varela going to feed it forward, but one of the Lovington defenders gets back, heads it away, keeps it out at midfield. Pretty good battle right on the big Cat.
Right.
And off of one of the officials.
Right.
That means it'll be a free kick for Goddard.
It is just like hockey. A lot of times the refs, they try to stay out of the fray, but a lot of times they'll get hit in hockey by the puck or a stick, and in soccer with the ball.
Ball or body.
Yep.
So on the free kick goes out off of Lucas Contreras. So Lovington cannot feel comfortable with a 1-0 lead here. They've got to continue to try and find a way to get another one in the back of the net. Goddard wants nothing more than to
try to tie
this one up at 1 apiece.
Got about 25 minutes left to play in regular time in the second half.
So on the throw-in, Varela to, that is Mojica. They'll work the far side of the pitch, coming in on the left wing, trying to find a little room to run. And into the middle and safely kicked away by the Wildcat defenders. Bouncing ball still at midfield as Marquez will take it, but it'll go out, and so it'll be back into the Goddard Rockets' possession. I believe that's where the flag waved. Yep, as Marquez just flips it over to Isaac Perez. And he'll throw it in and throw it off of the head of one of his own players. And so we'll come over for the Wildcats. So now Marquez going to throw it in himself. The captain gets it to Gallegos, moves it to the middle, has a little room as he gets around Mojica. He takes it from the left to the right, feeds it to the middle, and falling down in the middle is Gallegos. Lovington's faithful wanting a penalty, not going to get it as Goddard will take it back out and kick it out of harm's way. To the middle of the pitch with Kano. Kano to Marquez, back to Kano. He'll just move it around. Lovington playing keep away right now. Contreras. Then that's Schroeder who's back in the game. As the ball will come near side and go out. And it'll be Lovington ball. 24 minutes remaining here in this matchup, the 4A semifinals.
Lovington is leading 1-0. Possession of the ball on a throw-in.
Got their tally late in the first half. And on the throw-in, Contreras will take it. Feed it forward, but right to one of the Rocket players. Now they're going to collect their thoughts and see what they can do. As Contreras and Goddard battle. Lovington, again, just going to keep it near midfield. Goddard looking for something, anything to go their way. Arrieta to the middle of the field with Perez, and he'll pop it up far left corner where it'll be Varela who will corral it. Holds it on about the 5-yard line. Now makes a little move around the corner. Ball goes out, and it'll be in the possession of the Goddard Rockets. Clock continues to move. Of course, in soccer, it takes a lot to stop the clock. 23 minutes remaining, 1-0 for the Cats. So to the near side with Perez as he'll battle against Hernandez. Now trying to get it into the right corner, but Lovington will take it away.
Yeah, nice defense right there.
To Marquez, who just boots it back out near center field. Midfield, I should say. Wrong sport. I'm warming up for the spring already, I guess.
Nice backward kick. Yep, and it eventually does go to Lovington, but now back to Goddard. But still, nice work to keep it out of Goddard's hands that close.
Goddard
to their front line.
Goddard trying to find a way to mount a little sustained pressure.
Yeah, they're trying to get it up there to their strikers.
Lovington has done a nice job, though, keeping them away from the net and keeping the lanes closed off. Goddard hasn't really found
Ooh,
any.
there's an
We've got a
open
good
ball.
one. It's an open one, and good hustle back and away. But it looks like we'll have a corner kick for the Rockets, so they'll be able to set something up in front of the net.
And, of course, that was
Oh,
how...
no, they've said that it's going to be Lovington ball.
Oh,
so.
excellent, excellent. Of course, that's how Lovington was able to score their goal. Was off of a side...
A side-in kick.
Yep, a
Yep.
free kick from the side. And nice little setup, So
Lovington to send the ball in play. That is Contreras with 21:40 remaining in the match. To the middle, off the head of Schroeder. But right back into the clutches of the Wildcats. And bringing it up, looking for some room is Hernandez. Just have to feed it back to Gallegos, who pops it off the back of Hernandez. Lovington going to come up again and
good
just
work
make
right
the move.
there. What was that? I think Kano?
Yeah, Kano. So
Kano.
to Gallegos and almost finds a way through. Was actually going to try and get Peyton Hernandez, who was coming up the left wing, but not able to, and it'll go out of the back and should be Goddard ball.
Yes, it will be. Lovington's ceding the territory to them.
20 minutes remaining. We are at the halfway mark of this second half. Lovington leading 1-0. So the free kick in. And, whoa, Lovington, a little miscommunication. And so Goddard going to get it, but a misfire for one of the Rockets. The one trying to corral it, that was Sanchez.
Roswell will just make a long pass across midfield. Now,
Just a pop up there as the two
Lovington.
teams again at midfield. Now to be Contreras. A long kick that'll bounce. Trying a little outlet kick.
Wow.
Coming out to it is
Alpers.
Alpers. Right to the edge of his goalie box.
Alpers will hold on to it, but can't do that for long as he goes ahead and punts it back out to midfield where Peyton Hernandez takes it.
As the Cats continue to lead 1-0, and now we will have a penalty on the Cats. Is going down hard in a collision was Cesar Mojica, senior midfielder for this Rocket squad. Under the halfway mark of this second half. And the free ball goes in, and it's headed towards the goal. It's bouncing in front of the goal, and a good shot, and knocked away at the last second. Nice job by Mendoza, and another great save as Goddard has had their chances. They're still in front of the goal. Lovington going to have to try and move them out. The Cats continue to move around, and another shot in, and finally going to go out, and the Cats dodge 3 bullets right there in front, Dawn.
Wow, you talk about some scrambling, and Lovington, it was part skill and part luck there, getting into position and trying to defend that goal, and it took 4 of them, and not just Mendoza, but he made a couple of great saves.
Yes, he did. So for the Wildcats, dodging the bullet there and getting the ball back, Goddard, their best pressure
Of the match, really.
Of the match,
as
really.
far as, yeah.
Second half for sure. And now they'll be on the attack again off of the inbound. Varela, as he battles with Contreras, sends it towards the middle, off of the chest. Trying to get it off the head, and then a wide shot put up. Still trying to get it away, and it'll go out, and they're going to say Lovington touched that last. So it will be Goddard ball. So now Goddard smelling some blood in the water, going to try and keep attacking. Great job by Mendoza between the pipes to keep this a 1-0 score.
Yeah, Lovington during all this keeping just one defender back. Everybody else is right up front.
To the middle and a little pop towards the goal, and Mendoza is there and easily corrals it with 18:09 remaining in the match. That is his 13th save of the match, and he will kick it away on the goal kick. And Gallegos touches it first, and then running up the far side looking for some room is Contreras. Contreras takes it. Nice little stop and go. Going to move it back towards the center off the foot of Gallegos, but Gallegos is there. A little spin move out around the 25, and we'll leave it off for Marquez. Marquez just a little soft pass, and Goddard will get it back. The outlet back the other way, and Goddard will bring it back with Varela. He tries the outlet, but it'll be blocked by the Cats. Nice job there by Alejandro Franco just into the ball game.
Coming back
and
midfield.
we will have a huge tackle Don Gallegos at the 35, and he is down. He's not feeling good. Lovington still on the attack, though. Gallegos trying to get up, and the ball will go out. And it'll be Goddard ball as Gallegos shaken up, but he's up. Pretty good collision with Gallegos. He just had to stay down for about 20, 30 seconds of time.
Yeah, we talked
Coach
about...
Marquez, not a happy man across there.
Talked about how physical soccer is and can be, and a good example of that. Bodies go flying through the air all the time, but a lot of times you get tangled up. It's legs and feet and ankles getting tangled up, and that's when you're more tired. You have less control over that, and that's when injuries can happen as well.
And they're actually going to give a free kick to Goddard on a retaliatory move. No yellow or red cards issued, but Goddard will have it back with 16:20 to go in regulation time. Oh, off of the header into the middle. Little bump between Hernandez and Mojica.
Little battle for the ball. It stays in.
Coming to the middle. Lovington just going to kick it back out near midfield. It'll go. Oh, I thought it was going to go out. It won't. But Goddard will control up the left sideline.
Roswell's looking at the clock ticking down. Under 16 minutes left to play. They're down 1-0, and they desperately need to tie this up. So they're getting a lot more physical, a lot more aggressive here. And, of course, Lovington knows it.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to just keep it away, knock it out, and really just keep Goddard from being able to launch any offensive.
Cano with it. Now we can't corral it. It'll go out and back to Goddard on the turnover. If he keeps that one and can spin it around, he might have an extreme angle shot at the goal. But Goddard will take it back. Head of Araya, but then onto the foot of Marquez. Marquez to the middle. Little hesitation, comes around, but runs into a wall of rockets. So he'll just have to feed it back as Contreras will kick it from the 40-yard line, and it is off the crossbar, and Alpers dodges a bullet and grabs it up.
Yeah. That was an almost Lovington was, and I was leaning forward as well. I think everybody out of their seats thinking that might sneak in at the top for another Lovington score. But
very easily could have. It was off the crossbar. Lovington
off the
trying
top bar.
Trying to light the lamp again. Not getting it, but it will be a Lovington kick in from the side. I think we've seen this story before. It was on a kick in late in the first where Lovington got their goal. So from the corner kick, it'll be, looks like Contreras to put it in. He'll boot it high, trying to get it off the head and a header, but right into the hands of Alpers. They set it up nicely. Alpers will come out and kick it away, but it takes a funny bounce.
Yeah, and it ate a couple of minutes off the clock, too, which is important. Clock control now as we tick down toward the end, going to be very important. Lovington.
And this is about the point in the first half where Lovington really turned the Jets on and put the pressure on. Well, let's see if they can do it again here. Kano battling. Ball bounces deep inside the Lovington zone and then just going to be kicked away by Aiden Rubio and out. 13:30 remaining in regulation. 1-0 Lovington in the lead. Winner will play Hope Christian Saturday afternoon from Albuquerque. As Mueller inbounds the ball on the throw-in. Brings it to Mojica and then it'll be stolen away, but Goddard will get it back and centered out by Balbino.
It stays midfield. Roswell with a little chance to take a look, set something up, and they do. They're just going to pass across field, kind of try to work the ball in, try to set up a good shot, but Lovington denies that, kicks it out.
So it'll stay in the possession of the Rockets. They're going to have to move and move quickly. 12:50 remaining in the game. Mueller to Arrieta. But Lovington going to try and screen it out and take it back, and it'll be a kick off of the foot, but it'll come onto the foot of Kano. To the middle with Gallegos. Gallegos back to
nice.
Hernandez.
The only defender left back there.
Lovington, a little bump. So the Cats continue to move, and a whistle sounds, and It'll be Lovington with a free kick out around the 40-yard line. So Contreras, he'll put it down.
I'm not sure if that was offsides or what happened on that offside.
We got a kick no matter how you look at it. Yeah. So Lovington going to do the set play, and Marquez says, I got this one, and he'll send Lucas towards the net. The two captains conferring. So Marquez puts a little line drive spinner towards, and it'll be a bouncer into the net off of the head of Cano and into the hands of Alpers. Another shot on goal for the Cats.
And another minute off the clock.
But Goddard now with a little room to run, trying to get the outlet pass down, coming out and stopping. It'll be Mendoza. Mendoza's not afraid to come out of that cage in that box.
Nope, you better to come forward, get the ball, and that way you can just get it, punt it as he's doing.
And he punts it away. Here I am trying to say bunt. Again, I'm back in baseball season all of a sudden. This is what happens when you let the football and baseball guy do soccer.
I think you're doing well.
As now Goddard with a golden opportunity coming through and a little bump in and not able to get anything on that. Hector Arrieta puts it in, but an easy stop for Omar Mendoza. But another good look for Goddard as they lost Arrieta. As Mendoza just going to punt it out of there and send it back deep into Goddard's side, and it'll go out and will be Lovington ball in front of their own bench.
Again, now just a little over about 10 and a half minutes left to play in this second half.
Plus whatever extra time they put on.
Whatever else, I was going to say in regular time. And so, Lovington still ahead, 1-0.
On the throw-in, Contreras slides it forward. And Lovington going to try and work it into the middle of the field. It pops free, about the 15, taking it in. Nifty little move and kicking it in and off the side of the cage. On the attempted shot was Cano. 20th shot of the evening for the Cats. And so a kick near side. And it'll go over the head of Diaz. As Lovington will take it with Hernandez. Back to the middle of the field. Lovington on the attack with Gallegos. Gallegos a long kick on goal. And bobbled but corralled by Alpers on the long shot.
Again, Lovington, when they do this, even if it's doesn't have a serious chance of going in, again, anything, ball bounce funny, goalkeeper can slip. I mean, you never know what can happen, but they're eating time off of the clock because the clock is their friend, not Goddard's.
That is true. As Mueller's fighting down the field with Prieto, who just checked in, so some fresh legs for Coach Marquez. Guy goes to the far sideline. Brings it back towards the middle, gets a little tangled.
Nice dribbling here.
As
Good
he's
footwork.
Moving around trying to find something, but will lose it. And Goddard will boot it to safety momentarily.
And they have it back.
As
Lovington gets it back. Contreras got it.
Two Gallegos in the far right corner. Moves it towards the middle. Gets it in and trying to get it to Prieto in the middle. But knocked away. Now Goddard with a little room to run up the far sideline. And booted up the far side and out, so Lovington going to take it back with 8:40 remaining. 1-0, Lovington in the lead. This is the blue and white trying to punch their ticket up to Rio Rancho, Cleveland on Saturday evening. On the inbound, fighting on that far side, Diaz. And it'll go out, and it'll be Goddard ball as he and Contreras battling.
So Goddard will be able to throw that in. Right in front of the Lovington bench. Actually, I think they're going to kick that. A free kick in.
Yep, they will. They'll send it down towards the Lovington net. And Prieto going to take it off the chest. And it'll bounce around middle of the field. This Gallegos. And Goddard battling. So now it'll bounce back in as Hernandez back to it.
Just want to kick it back out in midfield.
Take some more time off the clock, but don't get sloppy. Lovington will steal it away. Contreras just shoots it back down, and a whistle going to sound away from the ball. And I think it's one of the Goddard players is stretching out. Not seeing who the official's coming over to talk to was coming over to talk to one of the Lovington players. But I think they indicated it would be Lovington ball.
I think we may have are we going to have a kick?
Yeah, I think we're going to have it. Yep, we're going to have a free Lovington. So Goddard with a foul. So Contreras, of course, the kicker for the football team, sends it well down the pitch. As Hernandez has it right in the middle. Pops it back, but nobody there. Mueller takes it over and finds a man on the left side. Coming back towards the middle. Send it in and then just kicked away by Cano. 6.5 to go. We're on the same page, Ms. Morgan.
Yes.
Lovington will take it back with Gallegos. Tries to feed it up to Gallegos. Gallegos to Gallegos. It'll squirt through, and Alpers will come up and just make sure it stays out of harm's way.
He's just going to punt it away back up to midfield.
To Gregory, who tries to get it forward to Diaz. It's off the side of his foot, and he'll just boot it out the far side, and that one is going to bounce and go out the back of the end zone. So Lovington ball, 6 minutes remaining, and a 1-0 lead. So under 6 minutes now separate the Wildcats from their third consecutive berth in the 4A state championship.
Yep, just under 6 minutes, and whatever else I
bet we got about 2 minutes of extra time, probably.
It usually works out about like that. Little less, a little more sometimes.
So the Cats on the throw-in as Marquez will send it in. Through the middle, Contreras will bounce it to Hernandez, who kicks it back into the Lovington offensive zone, but Goddard will take back over, trying to get a deeper penetration. Lovington's defense collapses in, and they'll just chase that one away, and Lovington ball near side out.
So clock continues to run, and Lovington needs to just continue to do what they're doing. I mean, they have decided to just try to keep Roswell from scoring in these last few minutes of the match. Instead of really launching any serious offense, they're just trying to keep Goddard from getting the ball and keeping the ball and moving it forward toward the goal.
As Arrieta, that was Varela, going to take it off of his chest, and it'll go out. It should be Lovington ball.
Yeah, it will be.
Great to have you with us tonight, wherever you are, on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com or KSVPTV.com. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday evening as Contreras will kick it in. As Lovington going to work through with Gallegos again. He has the lone Lovington tally in this match. Foot race into the far left corner.
Oh, nice chance here.
And Lovington with an opportunity. Gallegos with a little turnaround wide angle shot, and it goes wide, and Gallegos goes down.
And unfortunately, did you see the ball bend?
It did.
It did, and a lot of times you'll try for that bend, to benefit you to go more toward the net. That time it worked against him. The ball bent out away from the goal.
Lovington putting some more pressure on Contreras into the middle for Gallegos, and it'll be kicked away by Diaz. But coming up, Lovington tries to keep the pressure on the far side.
Of course, I'm reminded of the movie, Bend It Like Beckham, watching that very nice kick.
As out, and Lovington, nope, it'll be Goddard ball. So Goddard will take it with 3:30 to go. They've got to find a way to get some attack and pressure in front of the Lovington net. At some point, they're going to have to start looking for lanes and just taking any shot they can find.
And sometimes that free-for-all can lead to chaos, and you never know what will come out of chaos, just like with hockey.
Yep.
When you get a cluster right in front of the goal, then it can be dangerous.
To Gallegos off of the deflection in the middle of the pitch. Works around as he works against Mueller. Sends it over to Hernandez, but there to intercept it is one of the Rockets. Back out to Varela. As Varela to Diaz. And he'll send a long ball down, and it'll be bumped off the chest of Rubio. And then out. It'll be Goddard ball. 2:41 to go. They are running out of time.
And it's dangerous whenever you're this far.
Send it bouncing towards the net, and coming out and getting it is Mendoza. Lovington has held Goddard to just 6 shots in this second half. while taking 11 of their own. So Rocket ball with 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. To Mueller to the middle of the field. Goddard going to have to start moving their defenseman up. Mueller with it, has some room.
Lost that
slides
battle.
it forward and then into the middle. Goddard not able to do anything with it.
Some nice offense by Goddard, though. Nice footwork.
And just a long bouncer in. It'll be a save by Mendoza.
Lovington answering, putting just about everybody they've got.
2 minutes plus extra time remaining.
In the right around the goal in the zone.
Omar boots it out. Mueller a little back kick. To Gregory, who spins it over to the far side. So now Lovington with just 2 minutes and a little bit of extra time to play, leading 1-0. Goddard just about out of time. Going to try and get one more push here late.
Yep, 2 minutes left to go, and then, of course, whatever, a couple of minutes or so probably put on
as Lovington
stoppage time.
Going to kick it away as we get closer and closer to the stoppage time. Alpers tosses it in. Mueller takes it off of the toe and gets it to the middle to Gregory and then back and a little miss kick. So coming over to have to throw it in as the extra time continues to tick.
I think the pressure on Goddard starting to show just a little bit. They're very anxious, trying a little bit too hard.
And it will be Lovington ball on the throw-in. Marquez sends it in. And it'll go out and a little bit of a misplay, and so Goddard will have it, but they're going to have to move. As we are now into the stoppage time. Gallegos controls. Under a little back pass, but not able to be controlled by Gallegos.
Control the ball. That's the key here. Lovington's just got to rely on their footwork and their offense and just try to control the ball. Got some really elegant work and players capable of that, and they're showing that here.
Gallegos leaves it off for Hernandez, who just sends a little bender, and it'll bounce into the hands of Alpers.
Alpers going to get off. Punt's going to go up, but not out very far. End up midfield.
So if Goddard's got anything left in the tank, they've got to find it now. Mueller up the near side, kicks it towards the middle, and kicked away by Rubio. And that is it as the clock has expired. The gun has sounded. And strike up the band. The Cats are moving on with a chance to play for a state championship on Saturday in Albuquerque. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and wrap things up. This is Lovington Wildcat State Tournament Soccer with the Goddard Rockets from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now a Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back. Lovington Wildcats and the Goddard Rockets have played a good one, and the Cats win it 1-0, and they will move on to take on the Hope Christian Huskies on Friday evening from Rio Rancho Suvi Cleveland High School. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. So a tally in extra time in the first by Kevin Gallegos is enough to punch the Cats' ticket on for the third consecutive year.
Off of a nice, free kick in by Ryan Marquez into Gallegos, and then that score. And that ends up being the difference, in this match. I said early on I could see where this could very well be based on the back and forth battle between these teams in that first and most of that first half, that I could see it ending, at 0-0 and having to go into extra time and maybe even a shootout to decide it. But the lone goal ends up being the one that wins it for Lovington, as they played a very well. It was just a well-played match. First half and second, they did exactly what they needed to do. They were controlled. They were aggressive when they needed to be, and just a lot of talent and experience, and they prevailed. They never panicked. They never looked like they were out of control. They just, played a very good match.
Well, they certainly did, and they will need to do that against Hope Christian on Saturday. Of course, due to NMA media rights grants, we will be unable to video stream that game on Saturday, but we appreciate being able to come up and, watch and call this game here today. So best of luck to the Cats as they move and go for a state championship on Saturday. Of course, hats off to the Goddard Rockets. They played a whale of a game and had a whale of a season too, but maybe just running into a team of destiny here tonight.
Yeah, definitely congratulations to the Wildcats, as they certainly deserve to be in that championship match on Saturday, and our best of luck to them, and hopefully third time is a charm and they'll be able to come away with the state 4A soccer championship. But they will have to get by a talented team in order to do that, and that is going to be Hope Christian.
So that game will be on Saturday from Suvi Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho. We appreciate you being with us tonight, and with that we will put a wrap on this one. The Wildcats and the Rockets battle, and one in stoppage time in the first. A tally by Kevin Gallegos gives the Wildcats the win. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Now Pharmacy, Stone Oilfield Services, and Man Welding. For Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Stadium. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Wallmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports, with rights purchased by New Wallmark Broadcasting from the NMAA for the express purpose of your entertainment tonight. So good night, everybody, and best of luck to the Wildcats moving forward.